several of you asked me to do videos on the show Younger, and I was like, I definitely should do that, especially after this episode, which I thought was one of the best, even though I love all of the episodes. So I started watching Younger because I heard Hilary Duff was going to be on the show, and I was like, I'm going to check it out. So I've actually watched it since it first premiered, and I've watched it like in real time, or I just DVR it usually. I just got finished watching this week's episode, but I actually really love Sutton Foster now that I've started watching the show, and of course Nico, who's super hot, and honestly the guy who plays Charles is hot too, even though he's an older guy. So I'm very torn. I've always been very torn like Liza, like I don't know which guy to go with, you know. And if you just clicked on this video and you've never seen this show, I really recommend it. It's kind of a nice break away from murders and like trying to figure out who's the killer and stuff like that, because even though there have been some crazy moments, it is pretty much like a drama, comedy, not really comedy, but it's like romantic, you know, romantic comedy drama. But it's really good, so I highly recommend it if you haven't watched it. Plus the episodes are short and you could binge it like in no time if you're looking for like a fun little show. And if you were like a fan of Hilary Duff, then that will probably get you to watch right away. So in this episode, we finally get more of a hookup between Charles and Liza, but of course all of that is interrupted first by the janitor, and second by the fact that the woman that Liza met, who she was like so excited about her book idea, or the book that she's written, happens to be Charles's ex-wife, which is just going to cause more drama. And of course Charles still doesn't know that Liza is really 41. Now I think that he will figure that out, or like I think everyone's going to find out eventually, and I don't really think he's going to have a problem with it, but he may be like feeling kind of betrayed when he finds out. I was surprised that Kelsey stopped the hookup with Josh. Like, I'm proud of her because that's being a really good friend to Liza, but I'm kind of surprised because I think we all knew that was going to go there. But I just wanted to know what you guys think, because I've never really talked about this show to anyone. What team are you on, Team Charles or Team Josh? Do you think that there's any chance Liza will like ever get back with Josh, or do you think that's like completely done? Do you think she could be with Charles? Like, I feel like however the show ends, like finally she will like either be engaged or married to one of these guys, and like I kind of feel like she should be with Charles because he's like in her age group and they have a lot in common. And like what she said with Josh before, like Josh is going to want kids and everything, and she doesn't want to have any more kids. I mean, I guess they could adopt and she probably still could have kids, but maybe she just doesn't want kids anymore because she has a grown child. But like the guy from the other publishing company that she went to dinner with, he totally has a huge crush on her, and she's gonna have to get rid of him. Which I have to say, even though like she told him her age, and he was like, oh, I'm not gonna tell anyone, I feel like he's gonna hold that over her head because he thinks they're gonna like start dating or something. And once she tells him like this is not gonna work, or he thinks she's with Charles or something, he's probably gonna start spilling the beans about her age. So, you know, she probably shouldn't have shared that secret with him. I felt like the finale from last season was just amazing when she had to like drop the bombshell on Kelsey that she was actually 40, I think, at the time. And then I was glad that Kelsey finally got over it. But it's definitely like a really sticky situation because she's still living a lie, and that just never works out because you have to keep telling lies to protect the lies you've already told, and it's just like a downward spiral. And at some point I feel like is this not going to work out for her? Like everything's pretty much worked out for her for so long, and I don't think she has like bad motives for doing this or anything, but I think at some point some people are going to be really pissed and like they won't get over it, or like something really bad's going to happen, like she loses her job or something because she has not been telling the truth for so long. But I understand and sympathize with the situation, so it's tough, and that's why this show is so good. Even if we didn't have like the whole thing about her lying about her age and everything, I would still love the dynamic. Like even if it was just like she's a 40-year-old woman and working in this you know, publishing place, and no one really talked about how old people were, I would still enjoy everything about this show. I think Sutton's amazing, and I'm a huge Broadway fan, and she came from Broadway if you guys didn't know, but I have never seen anything in New York City with her in it. I guess she's not doing Broadway anymore, and it makes me really sad because I would have loved to see her, loved to have seen her on Broadway. That would have been fabulous. So if you have seen her, let me know, because I just think she's so pretty and so cool, and I've never, I would love to see her in that element. Like I've only seen her acting. I would love to see her singing and acting in a musical. That would just be great, but it seems like maybe that part of her life is over, at least for now. But it's so great to see Hilary again. Like I feel like I've known her like all my life. I've watched her in so many various shows throughout the years, and I was always such a big fan. And Like, she was one of the first people I followed on Instagram, and it's just been exciting to follow her throughout the years. And I think she's super pretty, you know. I feel like I'm like 16 talking about all these people, but it's just cool, like, when you grow up with someone and like you idolize them as a child, and then you as an adult can follow them into their careers as an adult. So that's kind of my deal with Hillary, and I'm glad she didn't like corrupt herself like some of the people that I used to look up to, which is just like, they're not good role models, you know. But let me know what you thought about this episode, what you think about the whole love triangle, and how this show will eventually, you know, turn out in the very end, which will be, I really love this show. And sometimes I think it's just good to have a show like this where, you know, since so many of the shows that I watch, and maybe you watch because you are on this channel, but so many of the shows I watch have like demons and killers and psychotic people, and it's really nice to not watch everything like that. Just another heads up, I'm watching Friends from College on Netflix. It's another show kind of in this genre, except that everyone's like in their 40s, but it's in the genre of like no killers and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of watching that for me, not to do videos. I actually have one more episode left, which is the finale, and I think it's really good, and there's a lot of like scandal in that. I wouldn't say mystery, but I would say scandalous relationships, and I really enjoy it. And also my mom actually kept begging or bugging, either one, me to watch I'm going to forget the name of it, of course, Good Behavior, which is on TNT, and I've definitely been asked by some of you guys to watch that before, but I was on a plane last weekend, and they had the whole season. I was so excited. They had season 1, and I watched 2 episodes, and from Downton Abbey, one of the girls that I love so much, and of course I forgot, every time I sit down to do a video, like I forget everyone's name, but she played Mary on Downton Abbey, and she's the lead in this, but she's playing an American, so she's totally different, and she's super scandalous, and this is more like of a mystery show with killings, and it's really good so far. When I was coming home, the plane had 1 episode, it was like episode 9, I was like, what the heck, like it was a suckier plane, so I will have to get that on my own time when I have some more free time, and I want to finish out the first season because it was renewed for a 2nd season. Michelle Dockery, I knew her name would come to me. I really like Michelle Dockery, so that was the reason I decided to watch that. So if you're looking for another show just to binge, or because maybe you watch Downton Abbey or whatever, I thought so far it was pretty good. I didn't think it was amazing for the first 2 episodes, but my mom is a big TV junkie like me, and she promises that it gets amazing, so I will keep watching. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you want me to keep doing videos on Younger, I will just go by the thumbs up, because I'm going to watch this show anyway, and I've been watching this show, and I've never done a video, but I have a lot of people ask me to do a video, so I was like, okay, I'll see if anyone's interested. So if not, I'll just keep watching it for myself. I don't have to do the videos, but like, let's see if I could get like 100 thumbs ups on this, then I'll keep doing it. And also, if you comment below and let me know if you're interested, and that's, you know, that's just the way I gauge if I should keep doing the videos on that, or if I'll just keep watching for myself. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.